Hello from Oldenburg Vineyards. I'm Adrian and I'm here with Christo.
Hello.
And behind us we have our vineyards on Rondekop. I just want to tell you a little bit about our journey to becoming a WWF World Wildlife Fund Conservation Champion. It began in 2003 with a plan to remove invasive species. So you've got your eucalypts, your black wattles, Port Jacksons, all found in Australia where they do well, but they have a natural ecosystem that has natural predators. In South Africa they take over and they actually beat out the indigenous vegetation. So we removed them, and in their place we were planting the indigenous vegetation, and in some cases indigenous to the Bunhook Valley, which is where we are right now, just outside Stellenbosch. And over time we've been planting a lot of these different parts of the farm to mostly fynbos, and maybe Christo, you tell us a little bit more.
Yes, so you will see behind me here, this is a great example of the fynbos we reintroduced back into the farm. And we don't only do it outside the vineyards, we're making corridors within the vineyards and planting natural species back into our vineyards, basically connecting the one side of the mountain to the other side of the mountain.
So these areas give us these sort of pockets of this vegetation and allow predators that actually help us in our farming.
Yes, so all the natural insects for that helps us with predators, with insects in the vineyards. So they hosted, it's breeding spots for them, it's nesting spots for guinea fowls that help us with the snouted beetle, control of snouted beetle in the vineyards. We have a lot of caracals on the farm, deer on the farm, honey badgers, mongooses, so there's a whole life spectrum on the farm.
All of these corridors of fynbos and indigenous vegetation have led to a massive increase in the number of birds that we have on the farm, and a lot of those birds are predator birds. They take out some of the issues like mice, for instance. They prey on the mice in the vineyards, which eats the roots. Which really leads into our philosophy of regenerative farming. And maybe Christo, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, regenerative farming, this what we focus on here in Oldenburg is definitely soil health, because that's where it all starts. If you look after your soil and you work with nature, you're going to pick the fruits on whatever crop you farm. And also a big focus on soil health and the microorganisms in the soil, and working with nature and not against nature, and working and using nature towards your benefit.
So one of the big things is cover crops, and you've just been planting those. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so our philosophy on planting cover crops, we're using non-till, so we don't till any soils, we don't break the soils to keep that microorganisms webs intact, and we plant a variety of different cover crops for different circumstances in different blocks.
So those cover crops lead to more carbon in the soils, which is also beneficial to the soils.
Yes, so our focus as well is to build up the carbon in the soil, and with replanting every year cover crop, waiting it to throw seeds, rolling it down, you're just making that thick mat of organic material, and that just helps to build up your carbon in your soil.
So okay, so we're building the carbon in our soils, and we're protecting our soils. It's a little bit like sunscreen,
yes,
as
exactly.
you've said to me. So you don't have the UV rays on the soil itself. It's nicely covered. So it's all about this really using nature to, working with nature to take nature forward. Some of the other things that we have done on the farm is we've been putting solar in place, so we're about 90% self-sufficient. Our water management is another area where we spend quite a lot of time, making sure we reduce the amount of water, and part of the cover crop and soil health actually means that you don't need to irrigate.
Exactly.
Your soils actually have better moisture retention, don't they?
Yes, then definitely, and with all this practice, it makes using less water. So we basically just establish our vines with water, and then take the water away, and we don't irrigate within the season.
And really, what we're all about is really taking all of this and helping our viticulture in line with nature, the regenerative, and ultimately we want to make better wines. So how do you see that connection?
I think it's basically so easy, because just by working with nature, doing the right thing, and working more on the green side, the quality just came through. So it's a no-brainer.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
When you're looking at sustainability, which is what this is all about, is your business has to be sustainable. And for us, really finding the win-win-win is the fact that this fynbos behind us, which is in front of the Rondekop, which is in front of these massive mountains, which is real raw nature. So when you walk into our tasting room at Oldenburg Vineyards, you are presented with this wonderful tapestry of a view, where the fynbos actually has the front position. So not just in terms of helping with our viticulture and actually using nature, but it's also bringing the people to that appreciation that nature and good conservation management can actually have great results, and that's what it's all about.